But that said, you and I can do something right now, Darren. That's
Okay,
cool.
let's try it. Let's try it.
All right. Do you have a pen and paper handy?
I do. That I do. We're good.
Okay. Uh,
Money.
while you're getting those together, I've been doing a lot of thinking, like a lot of people during the last 12 months. We're recording this in April of 2021, so we're coming up to hopefully the end of the pandemic. Hopefully, in 5 years, when people are listening to it, they don't go, ha ha ha, they thought it was the end. Hopefully, they're
Oh
like, oh
God.
yeah, that was when like the vaccines were rolling out and everything's going good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, so I've done a lot of thinking this year, and one of my favorite things to think about is the idea of parallel universes. The idea that somewhere out there in the universe, or just right next to our reality, there's another universe, just like ours, but a little different. You know, there's a couple gags where like there's a world without shrimp. Those kinds of things. I think
Yeah.
that was a gag from Buffy. But my favorite kind of parallel universe to think about is a parallel universe where everything's the same but opposite. So, for example, in that parallel universe, I have a podcast and you are my guest rather than the other way around, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And in that, everything's the opposite. So, people work all night and sleep all day. And in that parallel universe, they've all been stuck outside for the last year.
Okay.
So we're going to do, I know this can get very heady very quickly. So we're going to do a quick little experiment in this parallel universe. The way we're going to do this, Darren, is, and just to be clear for anyone listening, you've got like a table surface in front of you. If you were to write something on that piece of paper, I would not be able to see it, correct?
Yeah. Absolutely. He cannot see. He can
Okay, yeah.
only see what you guys see.
Yes, exactly. So I want you to write down a three-digit number. Make sure all the digits are different and no zeros, because if you do 001, that's just one. I want it to be a genuine three-digit number, okay? So go ahead and write that down right now. Don't give me any clues about what that three-digit number is, okay?
Okay. Okay.
And just let me know once you've written down that three-digit number.
I have got it.
You've got it, okay.
Yeah.
Now, again, think about this. In that parallel universe where everything would be the opposite, the other you would have written down that same number, but backwards. So instead, like, let's say you wrote down 123, they would have written down 321, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and do that. Reverse that number. If you wrote down 123, write down 321 and put that like kind of off to the side. So you've got two random numbers there, right? And now again, in the parallel universe, that other person is doing the opposite. So now, even though it's the opposite there, you and this parallel version of yourself are on the same page now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what would you do? Would you add those two numbers together or would you subtract them?
I guess I would add him.
You would add them, which means the parallel universe version of you would do the opposite. They would subtract them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can pull out a calculator if you have to, but subtract the smaller number from the larger number. If you need to pull out a calculator, you can. Because you might have to do some carrying and such. That's a-okay.
Faster. Yeah, just so it's a little.
That's
faster.
okay. Or so it's a little faster too. I mean, you could do the other way and get a negative number. That honestly doesn't matter, but it would just be harder to do if you don't have a calculator. Don't tell me anything about the total. Just let me know when you've got the value in front of you. And again, in the opposite universe, they would have done the opposite and they would have come up with a different number, right?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got my number. So
you've got it. Is it
right?
still?
That's
Yeah, you subtracted.
Okay. Yep.
Still, so you got it down to a new number. Is it still a three-digit number?
It is still a three-digit number, yeah.
Okay, here's how this is going to work. I'm going to shut up in a moment because it's kind of bouncing back and forth between the two of us. And here's what I need you to do. I need you to count from 1 to 9 and look right at the camera as you do that. You're going to count from 1 to 9. And here's the other thing too. I'm going to try this. Actually, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to try this without looking at you now that I think about it. I'm going to close my eyes. I'll put my fingers on my eyelids. And that way people who are listening can play along with me as well and see if we can pick up on some of the numbers that are in this total.
Okay.
So I'll do that and just count from 1 to 9 for me very slowly. Go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did you want me to go again?
No, I actually know two things just from that one run through. The first thing I know is actually pretty obvious and pretty simple and very elementary, and that is there's no zero in this, because if there was a zero, you probably would have panicked or been confused at the end, right?
Yeah.
So this number does not have a 0. Again, I told you not to start with 1, but again, with all the subtracting and everything, it could have come to 1. So I'm going to say that right off the bat. There is no 0. There's no 0 at the beginning, middle, or end of this, correct?
Yep. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Okay. And I'm also going to say that none of the numbers repeat either. It's not like, again, like 1, 2, 2 or something like that. They're all individual digits. Yes.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
All right. Count through them again for me. 1 to 9. Go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, your voice really dropped on 9 both times. So I'm going to say there's a 9 in it. Don't tell me yes or no yet, and don't tell me where it is. I'm going to try and figure this out. Okay, so 9. I'll tell you, just look at the first number, and I'm going to go for this. I'm going to just say I got it when you're looking at the first number so that I can see you when you say it. Just look at the first number
Okay.
and say I got it.
I got it.
Okay, you're looking down a little bit. I'm not sure how accurate I am.
Do you want me to look up while I do it?
No, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say the first digit isn't the 9. I'm going to say the first digit is a 2. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is a 2.
Yeah.
All right. So that means it's either 2 9 something or 2 something 9. I'm going to say it's 2 9 something. Don't move your lips.
Okay.
Just say the last digit over and over in your head. Look right at the camera. Look at it over and over your head. Like 7 7 7. Is it 297?
Yeah, it's fucking 297.
Yes. Yes.
What the hell, dude?
Whew.
Wow. Holy cow, dude.
Now, what's cool is if someone listening did follow along, I think someone got something close. Maybe they got the opposite, but vast majority of your listeners will, of course, have gotten something different. But I think 1 or 2 of your listeners are freaking out because their number is very similar right now. Because that's amazing.
Wow, dude, that is insane. That is crazy. I just, what? See, that's the stuff where it's like even that I can't, Thanks for watching that last video, guys. Click right over here to see the episode in its entirety, or click over here to subscribe and check out all the other cool shit we have on the channel. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Do it.